Hi, YouTube family. Hope you all are having a great evening. Hope you all had a great day. It's about 8:45 p.m. on a Thursday in Arizona, and I had a great day. I love being out and meeting new people and talking with my existing circle. There's always things to share, always ideas that are passed around, and I just really feel grateful and very, very fortunate to be in the circle that I'm in, because at the end of the day, we all have the opportunity to share and we grow. And most of my circle we're living our best life, and I want to make sure that everyone out there lives their best life. So I'm going to get right to it. It's about 11:45 p.m. on a Friday. Sorry, on a Thursday. And I'm going to be hanging out with my nephew tomorrow morning, and I want to make sure that I'm ready for that. What I want to share with you tonight, really quick, three things: fear, procrastination, and being truly happy. Fear, it's a serious thing, and I'm not talking about real fear, like seeing a lion and running, or seeing a bunch of snakes crawling into your house and trying to get the heck on out of there. But I'm talking about fear that cripples us from living our best life. And I'm telling you, man, fear is a weapon. It's a powerful tool if we let it overtake our lives. Fear and procrastination, they go hand in hand. Oftentimes we can out-talk ourselves or out-decision ourselves um, from making the best choice, or from moving forward and progressing in life and living our best life. Um, all too often, far too many times, I see people crumble under fear. I mean, just that one little push to get them to where they need to go, and because of past failures or past setbacks, they don't move forward. So they spend their entire life wishing and wanting and then ultimately settling. And life is way too short to settle. At the end of the day, at the end of our journey, we want to make an impact. We want to be impactful, even if it's impacting one person, hopefully more, but one person in our lifetime. We want to do that. My entire life, my journey right now is because I didn't procrastinate. I could have easily, sat down and made this grandiose YouTube, I guess, thumbnail, and just the magnificent background. All that'll come, but what's important to me is reaching out um, to someone, right? Reaching out to someone and hopefully um, giving them some nuggets to move into the direction that they need to go. All of us have a great degree of greatness. Does that make sense? A great degree of greatness. But what prevents us from making those moves is fear, is procrastinating. It's making a decision so difficult that ultimately we either put it on hold or we out decision ourselves. We convince ourselves that that particular thing we're striving for wasn't meant to be, and then we settle back into our routine once again, hoping and wishing and praying that one day we're going to make that. We're going to make it happen for ourselves. One day we're going to make that happen. One day we're going to move up in our career. One day we're going to start our own business. One day, and one day never comes because we are fearful of the unknown. I come to tell you, we can change that. We can change that, because fear, really, it's absolutely not real. It's absolutely not real. And I'm a perfect example. I used to second guess myself. I used to second guess myself. I used to talk myself out of making the best decision for myself. But then once I realized, you know what, I'm getting nowhere with this. I started taking baby steps. I started taking baby steps, conquering one thing at a time. Um, I began to make I began to spend less time making decisions and more time taking action. Um, some would say that we fail along the way, and that makes sense. You know, we fail along the way until we reach our goal. But I don't even look at it that way. I don't even look at it that way. I look at it as calculated roadmaps, right? A calculated roadmap, a pit stop, um, to get that car, you know, oiled up, that engine revving again and moving forward. I look at what people call failure as an opportunity to get better. Um, Most of my vocabulary right now is definitely not negative. If one person says failure, I just say it's an opportunity to get better. Um, I don't procrastinate anymore. I move. I take action when I have a thought. I move forward. I move forward with it. I don't stop. What's the worst that can happen? The worst thing right now, I'm starting my YouTube channel, and what's the worst that can happen? I never get any subscribers. Okay, you know what? But I'm still gonna start. I'm still gonna go on. I'm still gonna live. I'm still gonna enjoy life. Now, I would love to get more subscribers, but what I know and what I'm doing is sincere from the heart, and it's overcoming reservations, because I should have started this 2 3 years ago, but I didn't because I was trying to plan it right. But then I said to myself, you know what? I can learn as I go. I can as I'm helping someone in turn will help me through suggestions, through feedback, through encouragement. So that's how that's how the world goes. That's how the world moves. That's really how the world goes around. Um, that's how we make an impact, and we break down those fear barriers. We break down those barriers that keep us as a people moving forward. We break down fear one step at a time. We stop procrastinating one step at a time. We move. We take action. I tell you, there's been times in my life that, man, I'm right there at that threshold of greatness, right there. Um, and I can go back to the days when I was in sales. Man, I was in sales. I was in the mortgage industry, and I was an account executive. And I remember it was me, and it was walking into that mortgage broker shop, trying to convince them to go with my product. And I remember the first 3 times, the first 4 times, the first four, probably a lot now that I'm thinking, but the first few times I would go into the mortgage shop and I would introduce myself, the company that I work for, and the first thing that they said is, you know what, I'm not interested. We're already going with someone. And I would say, okay, thank you, and walk back out and lose that sale. And I got sick and tired of losing because of fear. Um, the meetings after that, it happened again. But instead of turning away, I asked the questions why, and allowing that person to open up. And then I was able to casually provide them with my products and services, and get that win. Now that's just an example of how you conquer fear. Your first instinct is either fight or flight, and oftentimes when we're in situations where our nerves get the best of us, we're in flight motion. But we have to stop that. And the simplest way to stop that is knowing that at the other side of fear is where you want to be. Hear what I'm saying? At the other side of fear is where you want to be. When you're right here, and you want to be here, and then this thing in the middle is blocking you, you can either come up against it and move around, move, or go backward, or you can come up against it and step over it. What's the worst that can happen? You stepping over it, and you're moving forward. Um, Don't procrastinate, people. Don't procrastinate, family. Don't out decision yourself. Don't convince yourself that where you are is where you want to be, unless where you are is where you want to be. But I believe that we are always moving, we're always striving, and we should always be on a compass of moving forward, never moving backward. We should always look at ourselves and look at where we want to be, and continue to travel along that journey and ultimately get into our best life. And we need to be happy about it. And that brings me to one of my final points. I don't want to make this. I don't want to go longer than 15 minutes because I don't want to lose you all. But happiness, man, that's something that we really need to understand is internal. We put a lot of emphasis on others to create our happiness, and that's just not gonna be sustainable. I was speaking with a brother today, and he said some insightful things, man. He explained to me that a lot of us are really operating at 30 to 40% positivity and happiness. But once we get to that 50% level, that 60, 40, that 60, 70, 80% level, that's when we are really moving in the right direction. And happiness is within, because at any given time, someone can set you off, or a situation can set you off, and it takes you off your game. And that's not true happiness. That's not true positivity. Positivity needs to start from within. We can't let others or situations, knock us off our game, right? We can't. This universe is too vast, too great. Everything is aligned so perfectly. I got that from a brother today, and it made so much sense. Everything is aligned so perfectly. If we can really understand that concept, we will be positive in any and every situation. And the more positive we are, the more our little world, our inner circle, our world becomes positive. Because what you put out there is what you attract. That's 101. What you put out is what comes back. So I choose to be positive every day. I'm overcoming my fear every day. I'm not procrastinating at all anymore, and I am living my best life because of that. I have no fear. And I'm challenging each and every one of you today to put your lion face on, right? Put your lion, Lion, not lying. Don't lie to nobody. I'm talking about put your king, put your queen face on, and go out there and get what is yours. Do it the right way, though. Do it the right way. Leave some happy trails, make ways for everybody else. Pay it forward. So once again, cut the fear, stop the procrastinating, and be happy internally. I love you all. I want you all to be great. Hug someone you love. I'm out. Peace.